What's up, guys, and welcome to Small Time World. I am your host, Small Time Hero. Let's Talk the Boys, Season 5, Episode 2, Teenage Kicks. So, we open up this episode at A Train's funeral. The choir actually is singing a rendition of A Train song Faster, and I'm going to put that clip in here. So, just in case you don't remember when it came out, A Train, aka Reggie, had a song called Faster, and that is what the choir is singing.
Never tiptoeing. 8 train supersonic with the shit like whoa. Get out the road, like they got nothing on me when I blow. Y'all shooting shots, but your bullets too slow. I'm on the road, straight to the goal.
Faster than the speed of light. Watching as your dreams take flight. I think I should stand and fight, then disappear into the night. Faster than the speed of light. Watching as your dreams take flight. I think I should stand and fight, then disappear into the night.
That's right, cause I'm
Faster than the speed of light, watching as your dreams can fly. I think I should stand and fight, then disappear into the night. I'ma do it all my.
Oh Father leads the choir in a gospel rendition of A Train song Faster. Let's talk Oh Father. So he is a soup who has a sonic scream, in which we see him use in the beginning of this episode, and his sonic scream does damage to anyone with superhuman hearing, but also like it can cause visions and religious aesthetic manipulation, kind of like he can kind of like we see when he does start screaming, we see Homelander have like a religious moment, and his powers are actually to invoke that, so keep that in mind. All right. O Father gives the eulogy at A Train's funeral. It is notable that none of his family is there. Of course they couldn't be there because they're on the run, but none of his family was probably ever going to be invited anyway, so that's interesting. Vought is pushing that Starlight killed A Train or that Annie killed Reggie, so of course that is what we're going with how A Train died. But as you guys know, A Train died in the last episode because Homelander snapped his neck, so that's actually what's going on at the Erie County Public Elementary School, which is now the new boys headquarters. It is in Erie, Pennsylvania. The boys walk into a lab where Samir is now working with Butcher, and he has a prosthetic leg and a cane, and he is working to finish the soup virus for Butcher. But Butcher has told Samir some lies. In order for Samir to work with Butcher, he's told them that Homelander killed Zoe and killed Victoria. Butcher told Samir that Homelander killed Victoria and Zoe, so yeah, of course, Samir is going to want to work with Butcher at that point because he wants Homelander dead because he kills his girlfriend and his daughter. But we all know that that's not true because we do see Zoe in the episode Gen B, and she helps the kids at God U. So we know that she is alive. She's just with Stan Edgar. Samir has perfected this virus, and they actually need to find someone to test the virus on. While they are tossing around soup, Frenchie kind of sees where Butcher is going, and he says rock solid. Because Rock Solid is about as invulnerable as Homelander is, so he's the perfect test dummy. And Frenchie says that Rock Solid hasn't been seen since he basically fucked the Lincoln Memorial and nutted in the ear of the Lincoln Memorial, and lava spilled down the face. Creepy. Very fucking creepy, okay? And also they say that he went into hiding afterwards, so that's interesting. News ticker below on the screen that they're watching, it says that Mr. Marathon is evading having to actually do any prison time. Global Wellness in Malibu. And it also says that A Train was murdered by Starlight. And Firecracker says that President Calhoun has launched the Freedom to Be Free Act, which basically gives local soups the authority to lock up anyone who is a Starlight sympathizer or a Starlighter or anything like that. basically locking up innocent people for doing absolutely nothing. That is exactly what they're doing. Huey tells the guys minus Butcher that he thinks that they should take the virus and just get the fuck away from Butcher. Huey at this moment does not trust Butcher, and I understand 100%, because like it's just he killed Victoria after nothing, and like Huey is still dealing with that. He's very hurt by the fact that Butcher killed Victoria, and it's fucked up their trust, right? Huey questions Annie about her disposition on all of this, and she just kind of seems not interested. Kamiko is pissed. She is mad, and Frenchie is like, she feels like Frenchie isn't standing up for her, or he doesn't have enough say in the situation. And so she leaves. He goes to her and he's like, listen, I have to learn everything I need to know about this virus in order to keep you safe. You are my main priority. If we don't do it without them, it's going to get released anyway. So let me find a way to keep you safe. And I think that was really sweet of Frenchie to Kamiko. At Reggie's funeral, back at Reggie's funeral, Homelander talks to the ghost of A Train, saying that he wanted to be a big brother to Reggie, even though Reggie has a big brother named Nathan that I'm sure Homelander doesn't know a lot about. And we also know that Nathan was a huge part of Reggie's life, so this is just awkward and weird. But of course, he says he also brings up the Pop Claw situation, which is kind of how everything kind of got started with A Train. Of course, he ran through Robin, but of course, the Pop Claw shit brought in Homelander and everybody else. He called her Pop Fang, which was really funny, saying that he actually fixed the situation when we know he did not fix the situation. He just made Reggie, aka A Train, kill her. Homelander says that he loved A Train, but we all know that he did not love A Train because he does not know what love is. At Homelander's apartment, Homelander does decide to release Soldier Boy. He lets him out, and the first thing that Soldier Boy says,
Did you fuck me? What?
okay, so we are introduced to the Teenage Kicks via social media. We have She-Line, Jetstreak, and Countess Crow, and they are all doing ads for Vought. Countess Crow is doing ads for Vought makeup. Jetstream and She-Line are dancing to whatever music they are using for TikTok. They are doing ads for Firecracker Freedom Flaming Sticks. And somebody in the comments was like, someone in Jetstream comments were like, they're nasty, which I believe they are, because like all of this stuff is disgusting. At the Teenage Kicks hideout / home, we see Butcher and MM watch the Teenage Kicks leave. They actually leave out to go on patrol, and they check their social media to see when they will be leaving and when they will be back. The rest of the boys are actually in the back preparing to tie up Rock Solid into the back of the truck, but they don't realize like that they're making a lot of fucking noise. Starlight gets a message that kind of makes her feel a little bit sad, but she doesn't say anything about it. Huey asks if everything is okay, and she basically tells him everything is fine, but of course he knows that it's not okay. The Kicks mobile leaves, and the boys head into the house where they go to look for Rock Solid. They find out Rock Solid has spread himself out. I don't know. They say he let himself go. So let's go with that. We find out that Rock Solid has let himself go. They also find out that Rock Solid has let himself go, and they will not be able to move him or put him in the back of the truck. Frenchie says that they could like basically mess with the ventilation and kill him that way with the virus. At Homelander's apartment, Soldier Boy wakes up, and Homelander told him basically that he had been on ice for 2 years and he had been in a CIA black site, and that Homelander just found him today. And Soldier Boy peeps bullshit from the beginning. He's like, you just found me today, but that shit is in your apartment? Like, what? I don't know. It's so funny because it's just like Soldier Boy has no problem calling out Homelander's bullshit. So he's truly a good foil to Homelander. Homelander basically promises Soldier Boy a place on the 7 if he takes out Butcher. Homelander does say that Butcher betrayed Soldier Boy by basically putting him in the CIA black site. Soldier Boy asks why wouldn't Homelander just basically take him out since the whole plan was to initially kill Homelander. Soldier Boy asks Homelander why wouldn't he just take him out if the whole plan was to originally kill Homelander and he was working with Butcher. Homelander gives Soldier Boy his shield and basically says that if he kills Butcher, then all is forgiven, which I feel like is some bullshit, but it's Homelander, so I guess. The Deep is selling UV lights for your butthole called a Sigma Solarium. I don't know what that does, but he had it on his asshole and his junk. I hate the word junk. He had it on his dick and his ass. So the boys are at the Teenage Kicks house, and Butcher says, "Fuck it, they don't have to move Rock Solid. They can just ventilate the house and basically kill him with the virus that way." And once they kind of say that, Rock Hard starts holding his breath, and Frenchie actually mentions that his heartbeat is like 10 beats per fucking minute, so he could hold his breath for a very long time. Which like is crazy to me that that's even a power. Like, why would you need that? But at the same time, is he human? Like, is Rock Solid human? What does his parents look like? I need to see Rock Solid's parents. Cause like, what? Did he come out as a pebble? Like, that's just my question. Did Rock Solid come out as a pebble or something? So Butcher tells Frenchie, Annie, and MM to figure out a way to get Rock Solid to breathe. Butcher, Huey, and Kamiko go to actually get the virus and bring it back since they can't like take Rock Solid. So at Vault Tower, Sage says that they have actually identified 10,000 Starlighters. Black Noir is missing from this meeting, which is interesting. The Deep says that apparently Black Noir is missing at this same time all the time. A lot of people have been saying that they think the old Black Noir is back, which I don't know for sure, but if he's missing so much and we haven't actually heard him talk this season, so I could actually see that. Sage says that the local soups will round up suspected Starlighters, but the president could invoke the Insurrection Act, and that could use the military to round up Starlighters. Sage says that they need to triple the number of freedom camps that the president has. And the president says that that's all fine and good, but it's basically going to deplete the funds. Like, if we do all of these things that you're saying that we should do, it's going to deplete the treasury. Ashley kind of points out that the same people whom the local soups will be arresting are their customers, and that could possibly hurt the bottom line. Sage says that's fine. We'll just add ads on Bot Plus, which I feel like that's what company. Message. Yeah. Homelander walks in with Soldier Boy, and he's trying to impress his daddy. Like, Homelander is a fucking mess of mommy and daddy issues. Like, he tells Calhoun to make Soldier Boy a Manhattan, and he's like, yeah, I'll have a Manhattan too. Like, nigga, you drink milk, okay? At the Teenage Kicks house, Rock Solid is watching volcano porn and basically erupting and nutting everywhere, and that's how he actually has spread himself so very thick, and they can't move him from where he is in the basement. So he's basically a shut-in from masturbating too much, which I find kind of funny, I think. MM grabs some wine out of the wine cellar, which I want to know why there's a wine. I know why there's a wine cellar because it's the boys, but like, this is a teenage house. They have a massive wine cellar. It's crazy. MM finds Sheiling's litter box, and it's disgusting. MM actually stops to pay respect to A-Train, whose picture is on the Hall of Fame for the Teenage Kicks, because it's been mentioned a few times throughout the season that he was part of like the Teenage Kicks group. I think him and Annie might have been, but I know for sure him and Sage were part of Teenage Kicks together. I do also feel like MM has to like feel a certain kind of way because a lot of Reggie's hero arc comes from him saving MM and like the conversations they had after Reggie saves MM. So I do feel like he feels some kind of way about it. Like, he's sad, but he also knows that he died doing what was right, so he poured him out like one for the dead homie, and I love that. I really do love that, and they didn't even say it. I feel like it didn't need to be. So MM does continue to go upstairs, and he hears Countess Crow, who is actually still doing her content, and she didn't actually go out on patrol with the rest of the Teenage Kick. While she is recording her content, her crows actually see MM, and they start to attack him. And one of the crows' name was Russell. I didn't catch the other one, but like, get it, Russell Crowe. MM does catch the crows and like gets them together and throws them into the bathroom and closes the door. Frenchie kind of admires Rock Solid's cum expansion, and he says that a Starlighter cell in St. Louis was raided and all of them were arrested. And we find out that's the reason why she's kind of upset. And Frenchie asks, is that the reason why she doesn't mind dying? Annie says that she does want to die because all of these people have given their lives in her name. And it's not fair for her to just live hunky-dory after all of them have given their lives for this movement. Frenchie tells her that she has to live every day like it's her last, every day that she has on top breathing, that she should live it because anything less is an insult to the dead. MM brings Countess Crow in and he's like, what should I do with her? And Annie's like, fuck it, she can go the same way Rock Solid goes. Which you honestly kind of see Annie turn into someone, because before Annie would never have done that. Like Annie would have never been like, ah, fuck her, she throws to the crows, basically. Like, no, she would have never done that. So the fact that she's just like, she can die too, she's seen us, oh well, like we can definitely see Annie has changed a whole lot. MM ties her up in the basement, and actually we catch up with Huey, Butcher, and Kimiko. And in the street, we actually see innocent people being gathered. We see kids burning Starlight books, which is funny because it's like cookbooks and shit, but they are burning Starlight books. And you can kind of see like it's persona non grata. They are basically trashing anything that has Starlight on. So as they see the innocent people being rounded up, the teenage kicks have like QR codes on their shoulders, or either on their bodies or on their suits of their uniform. It's like a lot of company sponsorships, especially on Jetstreak's uniform. It's like a bunch of Vault Plus and a bunch of like ads. Kimiko and Huey actually want to get out and help these people, but Busher basically tells them no, they'll help by killing Homelander. And Kimiko is like, I'm still gonna go. And he basically gives her a silent threat, like, bitch, I'll kill you with my murder dick. At Homelander's apartment, Homelander stands in Soldier Boy's tank, daddy issues out the asshole. And Sage comes in, and Sage asks Homelander, why did he tell her about Soldier Boy? She's like, so does Soldier Boy know about the virus? Did you just tell him and he went and he was like, it's cool? And Homelander is like, of course not. Of course he doesn't know about the virus. And Sage, who is very aware that Homelander is lying, is like, okay, well, that's great because he's going to die. And when he does, I don't want to deal with you trying to be like sniveling in that bush. And basically, Homelander's like, of course, it was strategy, blah, blah, blah. But of course, it's not. He's truly still hiding his hand. At the boys' HQ in the elementary school, Samir basically prepares the virus to be transported. Samir tells everyone that the virus has a non 0% chance of infecting humans. So they have to be incredibly cautious with it, but because it can kill everyone basically. At the Kicks crib, Frenchie and Annie try to break Rock Solid with like they pull out saws. They're going at him with like electrical saws and everything. MM actually tries to talk to Countess Crow, trying to get her to tell them how to get Rock Solid to breathe, but she goes into her teenage shit where she was like, "Do your friends fuck your pussy mouth?" It was just so weird. Like, is that how kids talk now? Like, so weird. MM asks Countess Crow, like, why is she breaking herself for Vought? Like, they got her on many of medications that are for her to stay up. We saw her making videos for Vought products. So he truly asks her, like, why are you doing all this? Why are you grinding yourself to the bone for these people who could give two fucks about you? And like, he asks about her crows, where she used to have 12 crows, which is a murder of crows. It's called a murder. Sheilene has been eating her fucking crows, which she should whoop her ass. Cause like, bitch, you eating my crows, you cat hoe. MM points out the fact that she makes millions of dollars for Vought, and all they have given her in return is mental health. And she kind of understands, but at the same time, she's still kind of on some shit like, just let me go. Huey, Kimiko, and Butcher basically transport the virus. Huey asks Butcher if any part of him is still human, and Butcher doesn't really, like, he kind of does the Butcher thing. Huey also tells Butcher that he won't be the one to get Annie killed, but Butcher will be, and he won't allow it to happen. And Butcher basically says, I hear you. I'll kill you too. I think it's kind of funny that Butcher's just kind of like, yeah, I'll kill you too. And because we know he will. He hasn't cared about Huey in a very long time, since he gave Huey that damn temp V. But out of nowhere, Soldier Boy throws a shield at the car. Butcher, who is driving, he's kind of like excited because he has the idea, wait, Soldier Boy can be our guinea pig. And if we know that if the virus will kill Soldier Boy, then it will absolutely kill Homelander. So he is ready to go toe to toe with Soldier Boy. He is actually like, we just won. Fuck Rock Solid. We just won here. Butcher gets out the car, and Butcher and Soldier Boy basically kind of have a standoff. And Soldier Boy does tell Butcher that he's very upset with him because of how everything went down. And then he asks, like, he's like, how's Ryan doing anyway? And like, how's the little, bullshit kid doing anyway? And Butcher's like, that's your grandson. Like, you could show him a little bit more compassion. And he's like, I don't give a fuck. How's that working out for you now? Like, Soldier Boy is really one of my favorite characters. Like, he's a fucking dick and a racist and all of that good shit, but like, he is hilarious. Oh my god. So Kimiko and Huey actually get the fuck on. Butcher and Soldier Boy have a fight. Butcher throws a car at Soldier Boy, and when Soldier Boy does recover, Butcher is gone. And Jetstreak and Sheline hear the noise, and so they go to check out what's going on. And Soldier Boy and Jetstreak sees Soldier Boy. He's like, "Hey, aren't you like a Russian spy?" And Soldier Boy punches him in the fucking face. It's hilarious because it's just like, that's funny. That is hilarious. It's so funny because like Soldier Boy and Dean are like kind of close, but we're gonna leave it alone anyway. So yes, Jetstreak he punches Jetstreak in the face, and he basically tells Sheline and Jetstreak to go after Kimiko and Huey, and basically kill him. So Huey, while running, calls MM and gives him the update and tells them what actually is going on, and that they're going to use Soldier Boy as the guinea pig. Also, Sheline attacks Kimiko, but I feel like she is way outmatched because Kimiko hands her ass, and like I think the only thing that she does do is nasty. She coughs up a hairball. I'm just like, yo, where does the hair come from? Like, cause with cats, like they lick their fur. So where is this hair coming? Is she licking other people's fur? Is Sheline licking other people's fur? Kimiko does kill Sheline, which I think counts as Crow would be very happy about. Um, Jetstreak actually does get a chance to grab Huey. So Jetstreak grabs Huey and basically takes Huey up into the atmosphere. And as they're flying, he lets Huey go. Now, everybody is like, Huey should have died before Starlight is able to catch him. Well, because like when you fall or you jump off of something or you falling off of something, like the impact when Jetstreak does drop Huey, of course Starlight saves him, which we're like, okay, finally she trying to save this man. She left his ass in a concentration camp for months, but she saves him then. So Butcher actually runs, and Soldier Boy and Jetstreak give chase, and so they run into the teenage Kid's crib. And of course, Soldier Boy tries to get the virus from Huey, or he tries to get what Huey has in his hand or whatever. And we see that Huey actually got the virus to Frenchie before Soldier Boy is able to take it from him. Because when Soldier Boy takes the canister from Huey, the canister is empty, and Huey is putting on a fucking gas mask. So Soldier Boy, Rock Solid, and Jetstreak are all in the room. Huey has on a gas mask. So does Frenchie, and so does MM. And they watch. Oh yeah, because Butcher is superhuman, so of course he wouldn't be part of that. So it's Huey, Frenchie, and MM. They watch all of their bodies break down. But here's the difference: like Rock Solid starts to melt from the inside out. Jetstreak, like he throws up black stuff and it starts to like deteriorate his body. But Soldier Boy just gets like the pox. Like he just gets those boils that we saw when they were creating the virus in Gen V. Like that's all that actually happens to Soldier Boy, and then he passes out. The boys basically seal off the house for the ventilation to like make sure that they're dead. MMC Countess Crow, and he makes sure that she gets away without anyone saying anything or, you know, trying to kill her, because Annie definitely told him to kill her. But Countess Crow does go away, and she silently thanks him. So at Vault Tower, we actually see Sage eating Taco Bell, which I'm sure this is some kind of fucking ad, and not necessarily a bot ad, but an ad for us. Ashley asks why they are locking innocent people up, and Sage says that Homelander sets the agenda. But Ashley kind of probes Sage, kind of trying to get her to say more. Like, cause what is she getting out of this? Sage just says that it's the power that her position gives her, and that she gets off on white men coming to her and needing her, basically. But I also feel like Sage is very content where she is. She's able to pull the strings in the background, and it's kind of like the Stan Edgar situation. Even though he was a CEO and you could see him, he did kind of like manipulate things from the background, and I think that's the best place for Sage, especially as a black woman. So Ashley actually tries to read Sage's mind, and Sage basically tells her, "Don't even try, or she'll blow the back of her brain out," which I feel like is crazy, but yeah, I mean, if she had like a lobotomy, she could try though. Like, she definitely try and read her brain in if she had a lobotomy. So we actually see Ashley leave, and Ashley goes to get into her vehicle detail, and she tells them that she needs a minute. And I thought maybe she was just gonna like, Ashley, you could do better. But we find out that there is a little Ashley living on the back of her fucking head. Like, all of the power she could have got, and they fucking Professor Crouch her ass. Like, I is that Professor Crouch? I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments. I know one of them niggas had Voldemort on the back of his fucking head. And niggas was hitting him with snowballs and shit. This bitch got a baby hurt on the back of her. Like, bro, it could have been anything else. But this is crazy. So my question is, the inner monologue is definitely the thing on the back of her head, but like what else is like, can that thing read minds, or is it actually Ashley reading the mind? So at the boys' headquarters, Samira tells Frenchie, and Huey that they are no longer that they are clear and they do not carry the virus, and that basically humans are immune. Frenchie embraces Kimiko, and he tells her that they need to run away because the virus is way too strong. He's seen it up close, and he can't protect her. No matter what he thought he could do before, he can no longer protect her. And Kimiko tells him that she doesn't want to leave. It's too much going on for her to leave. And there's people in the street being locked up innocently, and if she can do something, she wants to do something, right? Huey finds Starlight vaping. And he tries to talk to her about the virus and about everything that's going on, and she deflects with sex. He kind of pushes the issue, and he's like, no, we're not going to like try and cover this up with sex. Like, tell me what's really going on. And Huey says that she shouldn't be fine. Like, with everything that's done happened over the, last year or so, she should not be fine. And that's okay to not be fine. And even if she can't keep fighting, he will continue to fight for both of them. And I think that's really sweet. I don't know. Huey is definitely pulling on my heartstrings, which is why I feel like he's gonna die. They actually embrace, and at this point, it's probably the most normal it's felt throughout this whole season. I know it's only episode 2, but they've kind of embraced a few times, and this is when it finally kind of feels normal. We actually see Busher go to where he is living in the headquarters, and we see Terror. Hey, Terror, you're such a good doggy, such a cute doggy, such a cute doggy. So that Butcher is feeding Terror meds. I don't know if those are Butcher's meds that he's giving Terror, or if something's wrong with Terror. We still know that Butcher has whatever brain worm that he had from the Temp V, because we saw it when he killed his father. So I don't think some kind of way he gave the dog his cancer. I don't know. That was the first thought that came to my head, but I don't think it's any kind of way he could have gave his dog cancer. So at the Teenage Kicks headquarters, Homelander shows up to actually assess what has happened, and he basically heard that Soldier Boy died after being brought back. Homelander, he kind of starts to cry and have a mental breakdown. Like, he has like a whole issue, and like the Deep is trying to talk to Homelander, and he just does not have it for the Deep. He's like, get the fuck away from me, basically. And so he has like a mental breakdown and like walks away. And as Homelander walks away, Soldier Boy sits back. I knew he wasn't fucking dead. I knew this nigga wasn't dead. He got up like Genuine did on the 106 and Park episode when they rolled him out. When they rolled that nigga out and the goddamn on the gurney, and he like Soldier Boy said, I'm awake. I'm dead. I'm awake again. I'm dead again. I'm awake again. Oh man. So yes, please. That is the end of the episode. We are going into episode 3. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share. I appreciate everybody who does. I appreciate everybody who does subscribe, everybody who does like. Yeah, man, we made it to the end of the episode. So yes, let's keep going. I am on the road to 500, so make sure you subscribe to my channel so I can bring you more content. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. All right, guys. All right. So I will holla at y'all later.